Hi, my name's Alyssa and I'm Brightly's low waste lifestyle expert. If you're into sustainability, subscribe down below, become a change maker, but other than that, let's get started. So previously on this channel, I made a video about 25 things I no longer buy thanks to low waste living. And since then, I have come up with 15 more things I realized I don't buy anymore. So let's jump into it. Number 1 is seasonal decor. Now, I grew up in a house, as you can see some of that stuff right there, where my parents really loved decorating for every season and every holiday. And that's great. That's not saying you can't do that or you can't thrift those items. I just realized it's not for me necessarily buying them new. I could thrift a couple things, but what I found I really like is to actually DIY for those types of big holidays and occasions. Little things like during Christmas, doing those little orange peel garlands, things like that. I think they make for one, a fun activity, and two, a low waste decoration. But yeah, seasonal decor is just something I realized I don't really need in my life. Number 2 is store-bought plant fertilizer. All you need is Google and some food scraps. My favorite one is to soak banana peels in water and use that as fertilizer. But there are literally so many things you can use as fertilizer. We even have this article about a thing called compost tea. And it's basically blending up a bunch of specific food scraps into being a fertilizer. So I'll link that below too if you want to check it out. Number 3, makeup multiples. I will always say the things I used to overconsume, makeup and clothing. So with my makeup, I had, for example, blush. I had like 10 shades of blush. Now, if you're really passionate about makeup or you're a makeup artist or something of the sorts, you just have a great interest in it, that might be something important to you. But I realized I was just wearing makeup as a normal person, but yet I had so many different multiples and colors and backup products. And I realized that I don't need it. I, for example, now wear the same blush shade every single day because I found one that I like on my face and I just don't change it until I feel like I really want to. So instead of having like 10 shades of everything, I have like one or two. And to kind of go along with this, number 4, backup products. I did this so unbearably often. Usually it was at somewhere like Target and I would see the clearance section and there would be a shampoo maybe on sale, maybe a couple bucks cheaper, and it wouldn't even be one I use, and I would buy it and be like, oh, it's a backup product. Like once I'm done with my shampoo, I'll have like this cheap one. But what ended up happening is I had so many of these backup products, I wasn't getting through them in a sufficient amount of time to where the product was either maybe going bad or I just realized I was buying a product I didn't even like because it was just cheap. So now I have my set products and I use them up, and then I buy my next one. And the only time I allow myself to have a backup product if it's a product I use consistently that's on sale. For example, I've been using the same face wash for a very long time, and one day it went on sale, so I bought a backup one. But I know I'm going to use it soon and that I only have one backup. I don't have like this pile of different face washes that I'm gonna get to. Number 5, this is a weird one, but fuzzy socks, or really just like funky socks in general. Here's the thing, I have this new philosophy that if I think something's going to be easily gifted to me or probably will get gifted to me at some point, I'm not gonna buy it. Fuzzy socks are always gifted, especially around the holidays, by people that like, you know, kinda know you. Sometimes they're gifted to you as like a secret Santa thing. I feel like I just obtain them, so why would I buy them? I mean, I enjoy fuzzy socks, but I, 1, have enough, and 2, will probably end up getting more, so I don't need to buy every pair I see. And to go along with that, number 6, blankets. Now my house is kind of like this right now just because we've obtained so many, we haven't gotten rid of them, but I feel like there's so many households that have like an obscene amount of blankets. Like you go somewhere and they're like, which one do you want? You want fuzzy, you want quilted, you want all these different options, which is fine. I just realized that I don't really need them or to buy them new because again, there's something I often just obtain from other people or as gifts. And if I'm being honest, I use one blanket at a time. So why would I need more than like 1 or 2? Very strange. I used to love blankets. I had this weird obsession with them. And if you do too, maybe it's time to rethink it. Number 7 is mugs. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear it. You have them. You have enough mugs. If you're like my household, you're doing dishes every day to every few days. So even if you do use a mug every single day, you shouldn't need more than anywhere between 1 to maybe 6. So this absurd collection of mugs that I have once obtained, and I know a lot of other people have too, is just so unnecessary. And they're so cute and they're so fun. I know, they are awesome. I mean, just think about it a little bit. Where will it be in 10 years? Will it be in the landfill? Will it still be in my house? Do I really need it? Will I care about it a week from now if I walk away from it? These are the kind of things to ask yourself before you go and buy things that you already own. Number 8 is new tech. Take this one with a grain of salt. Not everybody can do this because a lot of this just happens by chance as well. Bigger things like your phone and your laptop, literally the camera I'm filming on right now and the lens on it, it's all refurbished, which is essentially secondhand technology. Now, I get all of mine off of Canon Refurbished or a place called Back Market, but there are so many other places you can find refurbished technology, including Facebook Marketplace, eBay, and your local e-waste recyclers. E-waste is a big problem I feel like is not talked about enough. It not only creates a lot of waste because it's so fast paced and new tech is always coming in, but it's really hazardous waste as well. So even things like my cords, I stock eBay and Facebook Marketplace for things like charging cords, charging ports. So if you can, get it secondhand. It's awesome. It's way incredibly cheaper and it works just the same if it's refurbished. Number 9 is notebooks. Now, it pains me to say that because I want to like notebooks so bad. I think they're so cute. I like the idea of having one at my desk and writing in my little notebook all my to-do list, what I'm gonna do that day. But the fact is I don't do it. And if I do, I'm doing it for 2 months max before I stop. I never fill out the notebook. I never finish it. Who am I kidding myself? I do not need a physical notebook. Now some people do. Now some people religiously use their notebook, and that's okay. But more so, I don't want you to say ditch your notebook if you love it. I want you to, if you don't use your notebook often, say, do I really need it, and can I stop myself from purchasing more in the future when I know I'm not gonna use it? So that's another asterisk. If you use something that I say I don't buy, that does not mean you need to stop buying it. It just means rethink your purchases if you feel like they're not benefiting you. But yeah, I do everything on my computer. I don't know who I am kidding with the notebook thing. I will not be using them, so I don't buy them. Number 10, this could be a little controversial. I know my mom hates this one, but birthday cards. I don't buy them. I really don't. I never buy them for people anymore. I know that I don't really care to receive them unless there's a nice note in it, but even at that, you could just write me the note. I don't need this store-bought card with a pre-made saying or picture just so you can write happy birthday in your name. It's a really great thought. I will always appreciate when somebody goes out of their way to get me a card. That is a really special thing. Now I say this because typically the way I used to do cards where I would buy one and then just sign it, say happy birthday, maybe a little note, it would still eventually get thrown away because I wasn't doing anything crazy or heartfelt most of the time. So when I wasn't gonna do something like a nice note or a nice letter, I just pass on it. I just feel like the longevity of birthday cards are so short that I don't want to buy them anymore. But of course, they are a nice sentiment if you're really into that. And to go along with that, number 11, wrapping paper. Now, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can find wrapping paper at the thrift stores, which is really exciting. So sometimes I do opt for that if I see that, just because I do enjoy wrapping paper, but I don't always see it. It's a pretty rare occurrence, but I see it sometimes. Now, I just use a lot of times paper from packages, wrap it in that, some tape, make it all pretty, maybe some dried leaves or dried flowers to really jazz it up. But another big thing I do is when I go to the store, sometimes during the holidays, if they have paper bags and they ask me if I want a bag, usually I would say no and bring my reusable bag. But if it's during the holidays, paper bag, I take it and I use it to wrap gifts in. And there's other things you can use and probably upcycle. There's ways to use cloth, old shirts, scarves. There's all kinds of things you can do. But the paper and the bags are just the easiest for me. There's something I do a lot. Number 12, kitchen gadgets. I just think they're expensive for what they do. Usually I buy it to do one thing and they're like upwards of $50. And this could be anything. Like, of course I have a couple kitchen appliances and gadgets, but I'm talking about like, I only buy the things that I know I will use like daily. Like if you're gonna buy an avocado gadget, like hopefully you're eating them very often, but I feel like so many people don't. They buy these gadgets and they use them like once or like once in a blue moon, and it just kind of sits in their drawers otherwise. And again, they're so expensive. I don't want to pay money for it to just sit there. So I oftentimes skip out on them. For example, I don't own a juicer and I made a TikTok about how I just juice lemon and limes with tongs. I like have been doing that forever, and I saw it on the internet one day. It was like, this is a thing, like people didn't do that. But yeah, just like use what you already got. It will save you so much money, I promise you. If that's a big temptation of yours, try to see how you can scale back on that. Number 13, juice in bottles. Now, I do enjoy a nice glass of juice here and there, but the big plastic bottles aren't really my thing. So if you want to go old school, kind of brought back what we used to do when I was a kid, and I do juice concentrates. They're wrapped in cardboard. They have aluminum on each side. You just pop it open like a can of biscuits basically, and you dump it into a pitcher, fill it with water, makes your juice. It's just a concentrate. And to say that juice concentrates, the one I buy, are necessarily ethically made, I'm not really sure. Probably not, if I'm being honest, but it is a nice way for me to cut back on some waste. Number 14 is multiple purses and wallets. So I like to say I have 4 purses / wallets. I have a standard black purse that I can wear out to nice occasions. I have a little mini crossbody that I could use when I'm on the go. I have a wristlet when I just need the bare necessities, which is what I use most of the time. And I have my computer bag when I'm going to work. I know a lot of people have purse and wallet obsessions, and they are really fun and they're really cute, but if you could do it secondhand, that is a great option. But I just realized if I stick to basic colors, I don't need more than 1 of each. So, you know, I have 4, not completely minimalistic, but you know, you don't have to be minimalistic to be more conscious. And number 15, the final one, is perfume. Again, a lot of people love perfume, and what I would say to this is have a signature scent. You know, invest in a scent you really love on your body and try and see if you can stick with just one, but it also depends on the person. Some people really love having a bunch of different scents to choose from. Now, I am somebody personally who my deodorant smells like, it's like lavender, vanilla, I think, and it smells pretty strong. Like, I'm pretty okay with just that. But I actually own this brand called Zoom Mist, and what they are is it's both a body spray and a room spray, and I feel like because of that I use it a lot more. And you might be thinking, wouldn't any room spray also be able to be sprayed on your body? Maybe, but I noticed that this lasts a normal amount of time as a standard perfume. Plus, you know, yeah, I can use it as a room spray and it still smells great. So if you can find a versatile product like that, super awesome. Well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something new. Drop in the comments things that you would no longer buy. And I encourage you to subscribe down below, drop a like on this video, and I'll see you next time.